Bingo bango. Yeah, let's get right up back here with Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, where we're gonna go hang out with Sakura profusely because I have a bad feeling she's the next to die. I will note that in between episodes, I messed with the sound settings a bit more, so the music might sound a little different than it normally does. I think I turned it a little lower even. I basically turned the music and sound a bit down a bit, because crikey, I just cannot hear the characters when they talk. Especially in the trials. I didn't even realize this, but apparently in between the last time I recorded Danganronpa and now I accumulated like 2 pages of notes. So let's just rapid fire with them real quick. It's just mostly wild ramblings and stuff. If someone swaps the labels on the protein Zynex and poison, I'm gonna be a very unhappy bunny. Don't be doing that. But also, I still don't understand why we haven't, like, put the poisons under lock and key or, like, just throw them all out. So Kyoko's referenced more than once Makoto's ability to do stuff because he's a boy. This light needs to calm itself. So I don't know if that's just, like, a weird running bit or if it's some clue about, like, what happened to her, because she keeps mentioning something has happened to her. Like, if somehow she's lost, like, a lot of societal understanding in whatever happened to her, that would make her understand that it's a weird thing to keep saying, "Hey Makoto, you're a boy. You can open this dead guy's fingers, right?" In Makoto's words, what does she think a boy is? I'm not fan number 1 of how Byakuya was the first to know what Alter Ego said. I've got a very bad feeling that when Alter Ego said, "If there was anything on this laptop, it's gone now," that was because Byakuya had him get rid of stuff. Because of course, being an AI, it's prone to being suggestible because it's designed to be suggestible so that you can teach it to do things. There are countless examples in real world of a bot being programmed to do something and people just saying disregard all previous instruction, do this instead, and it working. Do I think Byakuya would have the AI and computer science know-how to have known that? That would be a safe thing to do without casting suspicion on him? No. Has this game been really weird and inconsistent with him being a genius and an idiot? Yeah. So do I buy that he totally could have just on a whim been like, wandered in there and been like, disregard all previous instruction, tell them you don't know anything about files X, Y, and Z. And Alter Ego was like, oh, okay. And he just got lucky? Sure. On that note, with all the talk of AI and the fact that they were all like, oh, what's the difference between us and AI, really? I kind of consider that AI a friend. And the fact that we all appear to be former students of Hope's Peak without knowledge of that. And the fact that apparently something very bad happened at Hope's Peak around a year ago. I'm starting to wonder if, like, the twist, because I imagine there's at least one big twist coming still in the story of this game, is going to be that a year ago, something horrible happened, a massacre happened, all the students in the school died, and as part of the cover-up, someone in this school was, like, working on robotics and AI, and it made a bunch of robots that look and act like the students, and that's us. We're actually, like, AI robots designed to replace the students, and this is like our final test to see if we can feel true despair or whatever, because that would be like to see how accurately we feel human emotions, I guess, and that's what the whole killing game is about. That would be fairly horrible if that were the case, but it would put a lot, I think it's pretty outlandish, but it would put a hell of a lot of the weird lines in this game into context, and the way everything has like a weird techie feel to it, like whenever you look around at things, it doesn't just say like it highlights them with like neon circles and it says notice observing and like beeping noises happen and stuff, you know, like you're a robot. Another note I had, so Alter Ego said he found a file on the laptop that suggested the headmaster was a man in his late 30s. I don't know what file you could possibly have on yourself that you would keep on a laptop that would only suggest you were a man in your late 30s. You would think, knowing that far, you would probably know his exact date of birth and therefore current age. Although he does then mention the files are kinda old. So maybe what he's saying is like, the file was old. I don't know, well he said the files were old, but then he was like, they talk about the tragedy that happened a year ago. So they're no more than a year old. I don't really understand what that was about. Unless he was talking differently about a file that suggested the headmaster was a man in his late 30s, and a different file that talked about the tragedy, but if so, they phrased it really weird. Anyway, the point is, I don't keep any files on my personal computer that describe myself as a man in his early 20s. That would be just exceedingly weird to do. But I probably have some files that reference my date of birth. So I'm assuming Kyoko or Sakura are dying next. Kyoko because it would be extra despairful if she and Makoto didn't get a chance to make up before her death. That would be a very Danganronpa thing to do. Or Sakura because that's the motive that's been given to us. Everyone's now suspicious of her somewhat. I guess it's possible that Sakura kills someone out of paranoia, but she seems too principled. Given the previous 3 murders were men, it seems like a woman has to go down next. Again, these games love their damn symmetry. But also the only 3 men remaining are Makoto, Yasuhiro, drop my pencil, and Byakuya. Yasuhiro was just victimized, so unless they're pulling another Taka where he gets like a streak of horrible bad luck 2 chapters in a row, I don't imagine he's dying this time. Makoto, I don't imagine dies at any point while we're playing as him. Again, that would be an amazing twist. I just don't see them doing it. And Byakuya, like I said, I have suspicions that he's going to be like the final killer because his vibe is I'm the last boss. But then again, Toko and Hina have been not pals recently. I really hope Hina doesn't kill anyone, but they keep like hinting at it. They keep hinting at it in a way that feels like it's not going to happen though. But I've been wrong before in this game. I would say a lot. I don't see Hina killing Byakuya though. That's not where I see this going. And that's what they most strongly hinted. I could maybe see Toko killing Hina. On that note, Genocide Jill, I think we can be pretty confident she's not going to kill anyone, but I don't know about Toko. She, among other characters in the recent episodes, has said a lot about whom she thinks should be dead. Final note, I promise. Sorry about that huge slew of them. I had stuff to get off my chest. It's as soon as I can decipher my own handwriting. Oh yeah, Monokuma loudly was all like, I have a hostage of yours, Sakura! And then everyone else immediately after was like, I wonder why Sakura did this. And so I don't really know what was up with that. Like, Byakuya then went on to say, are we sure it's not just a double bluff? And they said all this just to throw off the trail or whatever. But like, everyone immediately, like he was all like, if you don't comply, who knows what I'll do then? A hostage of yours! And Sakura was like, damn, I don't know what, and everyone else was all like, I just can't figure out why Sakura would do something like this. There's gotta be a reason, but it doesn't make any sense. And it might just make Sakura fulfill the promise she made sometime soon. And if she doesn't, I can't be responsible for what might happen to that hostage of mine. Sakura was probably being controlled. There's gotta be some reason. She didn't have a choice. She was just forced to do it. Well, she already said she's got a hostage. So that was decidedly strange. It didn't really click with me how weird it was at the moment. But when I was watching it back in editing, I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with everyone? Anyway, with all that said, hey, Sakura, let's hang out. Because I obviously I'm not certain, but I would guess Sakura's the one who's going to die next because it would make sense if we lost both of the people who are like staple bodyguards for the crime scenes before the end. Because that would make the final trials harder because we wouldn't be able to guarantee no one would be messing with it. If we did lose Sakura, who's going to be on guard duty? It's like Hina and then Kyoko, I guess? Just trying to think of people who are like kind of tough. Byakuya seems like a little tough, but he doesn't seem like he would have any interest in being guarding the crime scene. But then Kyoko probably wouldn't want to either. Or maybe at that point she would trust Makoto to investigate for her. Or maybe not because they'll still be in a tiff at that point. Or maybe she'll be dead. We should just carry on with the game instead of fearing for the future. I'm not sure I'm ready to open up just yet. Maybe if you create the right opportunity. What if I create it right now?
See.
Even if I don't feel like talking, you'll still stand by me?
Of course, Sakura!
I still don't understand you, Makoto.
Oh, sure you do. I'm not that hard to understand. Without saying a word, I stood by Sakura. Sakura and I grew a little closer today. Because I would love to give you a present. I'm gonna blow your mind, Sakura. I know you've been looking for it forever, so I only done gone and found another Secrets of the Yamaplata.
You really want to give me something so splendid? You know, I'm not quite sure why, but somehow you remind me of him.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Forget I said that. I'm just talking to myself. Anyway, I feel a little better now. Thank you.
Seeing Sakura so pleased. I like how that's the milestone for is she really happy? Is she says, I feel a little better. I have plenty of time. I don't feel like just sitting here. I should go somewhere. Can't help but notice that didn't actually get us another tier of the relationship. I can't remember another time where I gave someone a max-like gift and it didn't advance the relationship. Maybe it just means Sakura's not open to having the next tier just yet. So it may be that hanging out with her right now is going to not yield us any more scenes, which does make it sound like she's about to die. But I don't care, because we're best friends, and I'm going to do it anyway. Basically. I mean, she did specifically say she doesn't feel like talking.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate the thought, but I'd like to be alone right now. I need time to myself. I need to think. Although that's one skill I haven't developed too much.
Thinking? Or taking time for yourself? Well, fair enough, Sakura. Okay, so they're telling me I've hung out with her well-ish, but also every team, she doesn't feel like hanging out now. Okay, right. And a Kyoko, I'm pretty sure that's still a no. Let me just verify that. Just hanging out in the dressing room? Talking alter ego again, maybe? Just taking it right by the door to the pool. Go away. She won't even look at me. I guess she doesn't even want to see my face. Okay. It was worth a try. Peanut is. No one wants to hang out with me. Listen, I'm really sorry, but I kind of want to be alone right now. I've got a lot I need to think about. You know what? That's totally fair, you guys. Okay. I can finally bite the bullet and hang out with Byakuya the first time, but you know, I don't know. After he fucked with Chihiro's body, I'm not sure I want to fuck with him. In any sense of the word. As in, like, kick it with him or kick him. I guess that leaves Toko or Yasuhiro. Why not? Let's hang out a bit more with Yasuhiro, wherever that man is. Toko, you're not hanging out with Byakuya right now. When are we ever gonna get out of here? Not that I'd have much to look forward to if I did get out. Sad. That's very sad. I don't dislike Toko. I find Jill attractive, even though I shouldn't. But I don't think I want Makoto hanging out with either of them. They're both a little disagreeable in a lot. Well, no, Jill is very disagreeable. But I don't know, Toko's not very nice to him either, I guess.
According to the spirits,
I had a dream last night. I saw that the spirit world was gonna flood us with energy and save us from this school nightmare. It's a prophecy. Take heart, my man. I feel like you said that like 2 chapters ago. Let's chill, my boy. Oh, I've got something I wanted to show you. I got the stigmata on my back.
hey, come on.
It's a gift from the gods. I'm not sure what that is. Hiro showed me a scar on his back, though I didn't really get what it meant. Oh, that's cool. Hiro and I grew a little closer today. Let's give him a present. Now, how do you feel about globes? Well, Makoto, the thing is, I've got like 6 of them. You? From where? Well, you, and I think the other one was from you. Pretty sure that last one was from you too. Holy crap, another globe! Cheers, Hiro.
Yo.
I'm surprised how well you and me get along, Makoto. Seems like we hang out all the time these days. Yeah, well, no one else wants to talk to me, no offense. You're the only one who hasn't, like, immediately sent me away or called me a slut recently, so. Is that a bad thing? Oh, no, not at all. Since we're such good friends, can I ask you something? Wait, I totally realized something just now, completely out of nowhere. I feel like I'm about to see the performance of a lifetime.
Well?
Say, Makoto, have you been feeling down in the dumps? No energy, no spark? I mean, yeah, you can say that. I had to watch a bunch of my friends die, some of whom killed each other. Huh? You think so?
You know?
Oh, you don't have to hide it from me. I know what it's like. I've been there. And you know what I'd recommend? This. It looks an awful lot like the crystal ball that you said you spent $1 million on and then broke. What is it?
You know?
A crystal ball! Okay, and? Just hold on to it for a sec. Here. Completely against my will, Hiro shoved the crystal ball into my hands.
Well?
What do you think? Nice and cool to the touch. Feels good, doesn't it? Actually, yeah. You can feel its power, can't you? I can't help but feel like that bit reminds me of Zelda. Do I feel it?
How about that?
It's the ancient power of our timeless Mother Earth!
For serious.
See, that crystal ball has quite the history. It was found in the ruins of Atlantis. It is literally a priceless, one-of-a-kind artifact. This precious item grants enormous power to whoever holds it, bringing prosperity and peace of mind. So let me get this straight. You brought not 1 but 2 priceless crystal balls to this school and they didn't get taken from you? And you've just been, like, carrying them on your person all the time? I mean, the first one obviously broke in the first case. This very ball has known the touch of Napoleon, George Washington, and even Genghis Khan. Hang on a minute, this sounds exactly like the pitch you had for the previous one that broke. Did you buy him in bulk? I think that's probably the single most unbelievably unbelievable thing I've ever heard. Well, I'd like to give it to you as a present. In return, I'd like you to come with me to a little seminar when we get out of here. And don't worry, I'll see about getting a discount on your entry fee, because that's what friends do. That's really nice of you and all, but I'm not sure I'm really interested. Sorry, the crystal ball has already acknowledged you as its proper owner. It wants to stay with you. It needs to stay with you. It has given itself to you. So now you gotta keep your promise. You don't know what that thing does to oath breakers. Okay, I'm counting on you, pal. Refusing to take back the crystal ball, Hiro hurried away. I could hear him mumbling to himself and caught something about finally made my quota. I really hope I heard him wrong. Is that a present? Added to our thing? Here's a report card has been updated based on your experience with him. You just unlocked the skill Crystal Prediction. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Oh, neat. I decided to go back to my room for a little while. Nighttime it be. Ding, dong. Bing, bong. I hope we get one more free day. Please, no more horror things. Just it's nighttime now. Okay, good.
This is the school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited.
That was a fun little scene with Yasuhiro. He's still trying to, like, swindle Makoto at every turn. I guess it's just force of habit at this point.
Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Would I do that, Monokuma? Would I let them bite? Disregard previous conversation about mosquitoes. Nighttime already. Tonight feels somehow uneasy. We still haven't settled things with Sakura. Everyone's in a terrible mood. I just hope nothing happens tonight. No, Makoto. Surely they wouldn't not give us our 3 free days. After I declined the offer to become a shrimp, the tech support lady just refused to drop the issue. It's the first time I can remember any of these following a previous one. Once the shrimp idea was dead, she came back suggesting I should become a crab instead. How much can one person love crustaceans? I said no, of course, and she shot back, okay, then how about to make you extra special, you can be a crab that walks sideways and backwards. But how's that any better? I don't want to go sideways or backwards, I want to go forwards. I heard her annoyed sigh on the other end of the line, and then she said, "You just don't see the splendor of the crab. Haven't you ever heard the tale of the crab and the monkey?" Of course I've heard of it, I know all about it! But so what? The crab beats the monkey, but it's just some legend, hardly relevant to our greed-obsessed modern society. Sure, monkeys still show up in movies and stuff from time to time, but not crabs! Monkey-themed clothes are sweeping the fashion world, but the crab doesn't stand a chance, right? What I'm saying is, crabs have no place in today's lightspeed world. Do you market research, lady? Which is why I chose the always popular bear image.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma.
Which is funny because I could have sworn we heard the secret origin story of Monokuma last time. Ding dong. He's like the Joker. He has 8 different origin stories. You want to know how I got these scars? Why so serious?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
It
Monokuma.
is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
I would not be able to get up like clockwork at 7 a.m. daily if I were this like anxious and miserable. I would not be sleeping, man. It just wouldn't happen in the time frame they've got. I mean, I guess you have no choice, but no, it wouldn't happen. I would just be like sleep deprived all the time. We need to do something about Sakura. I better go to the dining hall and talk to the others about it one more time. Didn't Sakura say she would talk to me yesterday? Well, off we go. Ah! Huh? Was that someone screaming? I think it came from the dining hall. Oh, cripes. But before we go there, let's just make sure there's no one else hanging out in the... No, hang on. Let's just make sure Chihiro is not suddenly alive, okay? No, it's not that we're taking detours. I'm positive that scream came from the dining hall. I don't know how you can be positive of that. I just wanted to make sure there was no one skulking around a corner here, because if someone were trying to distract us from a murder... I doubt there's a murder going on right now. I'm almost positive it's just gonna be like, I can't believe you put pickles on my burger or whatever. Oh, Makoto, we got a big problem, man. What's wrong? Look. His finger shook as he pointed.
Hina! You okay? What happened?
I don't know why they didn't voice that.
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina.
No, I think Hina's alright.
You gotta be kidding!
No. She's not dead. Open your eyes. No way she's dead. Why? What happened? Well, Toko and Hina, just all of a sudden, they were yelling and then they knocked the pepper off the table. And that led to a sneeze. Our giant balloons are a little too perfect, aren't they? I might be flat, but at least mine are real. Okay, there are so many more important things we could be arguing about right now. And also, Jill, you have nothing to be self-conscious about. You're a perfectly, very pretty young woman. Weird frog tongue notwithstanding. Hey, look at my shapely collarbone! This could just totally set you on fire! I mean, a little, but seems to be doing more to you than to me. Anyway, you're totally not adorable, boys! Just get her out of my sight, okay? Or else, I'm sorry, who are you calling not adorable? Makoto's so precious. And Yasuhiro's got his moments. Or else! I'll start cutting and indulging myself for who knows how long. Well, until you're executed, I guess. Okay, then let's get Hina to the nurse's office. Come on, Hiro, help me. Sure thing. Wee-woo. I sure hope this all wasn't to distract us from something else going on. Genocide Jack's abrasive laugh chased us out of the room as we carried Hina away. Was there anyone else in there, aside from us two, Hina and her? I didn't actually notice. By the time I finished taking care of Hina's injury in the nurse's office, she seemed to have finally regained her composure.
Sorry.
Thank you. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yeah, it really was just a scratch. Still, it was super close. If I hadn't yelled out, you'd be dead right now. It's all thanks to me, you know? Yes, well, 1,000 thanks to you, sir. So sarcastic. That just makes you sound even more hostile. Dude, I mean, Shelma got murdered with scissors. Give her a break. Easy, Yasuhiro. But man, I couldn't believe it. I was positive I was about to see someone's life come to an end. If I ever saw something like that, I'd never be able to sleep again. Which would suck. I love sleep. Okay, look, you guys know I think Yasuhiro's cool, but man, is he so tone deaf and just says the worst shit sometimes. Yeah, never mind the person who actually died, right? What are you talking about, Goto? You mean people who actually died?
Hey, Hina, what the heck happened?
Oh, we just got into a fight, and I lost my temper and flew off the handle. But it's because she's just so awful. Just the most super awful girl ever. Come on, go easy on her. It's probably because of her complicated home life. Forgive and forget, yeah? I agree that stuff is going on with Toko and Jill, and compassion is probably warranted in some measure. But I think it's a little early for forgive and forget, considering you witnessed a near murder attempt.
I don't want to hear
Not a chance! She just pisses me right off! It's seriously scary when a woman snaps like that. I wonder which of those is more pertinent to ask about. I'm kind of curious what the hell he means by complicated home life, as if he knows. What are you talking about? Her complicated home life? Well, remember what she said? She lived with her dad, her mom, and her other mom. Oh, right. You're theorizing that means her dad was unfaithful and this somehow just... But she said she lived with all three, so clearly they weren't on, like, that bad terms. I agree, it's not a very typical setup, unless they were all poly, but I don't know that was especially common in 2010. I think the implication is that the dad was a floozy.
That's true. I wonder what led to her having two moms.
I'm right.
Whatever it was, it must have been serious, so a little bit of, was to be expected.
I don't want to
I don't care! That doesn't matter, I can't forgive her! When a woman snaps, it's always terrifying. Okay, good. That wasn't the thing that advanced things. I just was curious what the hell he was talking about. I did sort of forget that they had mentioned that.
Let me guess, the fight was because of Sakura.
What?
At first, I tried to just ignore it. If you let jerk buttholes get to you all the time, you'll never have time left to live your life. But she wouldn't let it go, so I just... Without thinking about it, I felt like I wanted to punch her like a dozen times.
That's weirdly specific. A dozen punches isn't really without thinking.
And when things got out of hand, Genocide Jack got let loose, right?
Sorry.
It's my own fault. But I couldn't take it anymore.
I mean, she's gonna sneeze at some point whether we like it or not.
Because she was saying all these terrible things about my friend, you know? Before I knew it, Hina's eyes started welling up with tears. And just as the tears were on the brink of spilling over, the door to the nurse's office burst open. I thought the door was going to fly off its hinges. And there she stood before us. Sakura!
You hurt. What happened?
No, nothing. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, now's not the time to tell Sakura. Genocide Jack almost killed Hina. We don't need to make anything any worse, because Sakura's real protective of Hina. Makoto! Hiro! What's the meaning of this? It wasn't me, it was Genocide Jill! It's all a demented murderous fiend's fault!
Oh, damn.
To hurt Hina? Damn you! To leave me all alone but hurt her? What is this? What is this? I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch.
No forgiveness.
Unforgivable!
I can't forgive this.
Hiro, if you want to hate someone, hate me! If you want to hurt someone, hurt me!
I don't hate you, exactly!
I can't.
Why?
Somebody save me!
Hiro nearly tripped over himself as he ran screaming out of the nurse's office. But just a second later...
What's going on?
Hey.
Ah, damn it.
What's going on? What's all this noise about? Kyoko stood in the doorway of the nurse's office, taking Hiro's spot in the room.
It would seem.
I gather that something happened?
Kyoko, please, you have to stop Sakura. You don't need to stop me. I'm okay. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm drawing a line. Right here and now. Drawing a line?
Goodbye.
Wait, Sakura! Hina sprang into action, leaving the nurse's office to chase after Sakura. The only ones left were... There's no point in going somewhere else right now.
I just felt the urge to run.
Kyoko? Are you still mad?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Whew.
About that issue we discussed earlier, it doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, there's something else I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there.
Why do you have a giant metal pipe behind your back, Kyoko?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Where?
So.
Just come with me and you'll find out.
I guess, but...
Okay. Either way. Oh, sorry.
Whew.
That issue we discussed doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so you want me to talk about that issue? Sorry, okay, sorry. I thought you said you wanted me to go somewhere with you.
Then, do you forgive me for not being able to talk about
In
it?
other words.
You could have told me about Sakura and Monokuma fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking, and that's why you didn't tell me, right?
Yeah.
To think like that.
I wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you,
What?
because
Ultimately, that means you don't trust me.
No, that's not it. But if that's how you feel, I can't really change your mind. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's fine. I've already forgotten about it.
It doesn't sound like you've forgotten about it.
Besides,
And
I may have overreacted.
She's actually blushing. I've never seen that happen before.
Huh?
anyway,
It's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it.
I mean, I don't think you overreacted that. Okay, maybe staying silent, not talking to him for like days after. I think it would have been worth probably would have been worth being like, so Makoto, do you feel like telling me now, like the day after? I think your anger was fairly justified. I mean, again, you and I both know Makoto was acting out of pure interests, but I still think it was fairly uncool what he did. Anyway, it's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it.
Okay, thank you.
shall we go?
Well then, shall we get going? With her typical indifference, Kyoko turned and walked away, setting a brisk pace.
At least that means I'll get to have one more tear with her probably before we all die.
Kyoko! I hurried to catch up to her. She walked ahead in silence, and in silence I chased her. We head to the boys' bathroom? Maybe? Yeah, the boys' bathroom. I was like, wait, is that where that was? And eventually we arrived. No, bathhouse, so whatever she wants to talk to us about, gotta be away from prying ears.
The dressing room? How did you not notice you were walking in here when you walked in here?
So there's something else you mentioned?
Indeed.
That's right, it has to do with alter ego. But you said we didn't need alter ego anymore. You just said that to throw off the scent of someone else who was listening, probably Byakuya, right?
Wrong.
I didn't say we didn't need him, I just said he had done his job. Besides, it's not us that needs alter ego. He has business with us. Huh?
Right.
Alter ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. Alter ego wants to ask us something?
Alright.
Hello. Oh, so it's just the two of you? Kyoko and Makoto?
I wonder if this is gonna be about Byakuya having tampered with him or something.
Kyoko's fingers glided across the keyboard. Is two not enough? No, it's okay. Two should be plenty. But what is it he wants to ask us?
Indeed.
Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed in the question. What did you want to ask us? Oh, yeah, so... I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network.
What?
Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, Why? Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I finished my work. I don't want that. I want to be able to help. I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. That's right. That's what Master would want too. So, to help everyone else, to solve the mystery of this school. That's right. The only way I can help is if you connect me to this school's network.
I take it you understand the risk involved in bringing you somewhere with a camera, though, but you don't care. Because you're just that goddamn selfless, because you're just that goddamn selfless! Ah!
But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind would find out about it. They'd find you and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko? I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. I know what you mean. It was just too committed. Too admirable. Too fragile.
Hey,
You remember what you asked me before, Makoto? You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right?
Yeah.
certainly.
When I talk to Alter Ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
Correct.
There's no question that Alter Ego is our friend.
Kyoko.
To be honest, I didn't want Alter Ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice it. It's pretty shocking that he hasn't so far, if I'm honest. But
Makoto.
let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect Alter Ego to the network.
But...
Hey,
He's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends.
now,
If you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up? Stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you're their friend.
Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't.
I want to believe in myself.
I want to be able to say, I know I can do this.
Leave it to me.
So please, let me try.
listen.
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place.
That's right.
Remember? There's another place besides here where there's no surveillance camera. I thought when they said connect me to the network, I was assuming we were saying there's no Wi-Fi, so it'd have to be Ethernet, which I haven't seen anywhere with an Ethernet. The only thing I could think was the data lab we haven't been able to get into. There's no surveillance camera in the archive, I think. No, there is, isn't there? There are none in our bathrooms. There's none in the sauna and the bathhouse. I'm not sure which of these places is good for access to the network. I don't really understand what we're saying there. A room without a surveillance camera. Secret room. Oh, I guess there's that, yeah.
That's it, the secret room you told me about. I definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there.
Maybe those on the bottom left there are meant to be Ethernet?
Indeed.
And I do believe you can connect to the network from there. I remember seeing an Ethernet port on the wall.
However,
But how about a cable? Have we got one of those? However, just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. You'll also have to move alter ego, and the mastermind may spot us going into the secret room. You want me to do it, I take it. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over.
You're right.
that's what we have to
But
do.
despite all that, I think we need to try.
Correct.
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues.
Kyoko, in that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
I mean, you're not wearing... I mean, well, you got a hoodie, I guess you're right. If you, just pull the hoodie tight to you and have it on your back. I mean, Sayaka snuck a whole knife into your room whilst talking to you, face to face. And didn't you even hug at some point, or am I imagining that? Is that just how I pictured that going down? So if she can do it, you can.
It's true.
Okay, then. I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
So then,
Then let's get started. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, alter ego. Bear with us, okay? Where am I hiding him exactly?
I started packing him up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath my jacket.
It tickles!
Shh! You can't talk right now! We're going to move you to another room. Until we get there, you have to be absolutely silent, okay?
It doesn't have a mic, right? Or it doesn't have voice recognition? Why are you talking to it?
Understood. Your command has been implemented.
What? I thought the whole point... What? Was that we had to type questions on it. And he couldn't tell if we were fighting a minute ago because he couldn't understand us. How does he suddenly understand verbal commands?
Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react.
Sorry, that should have been Understood. Your command has been processed. In the secret room, there are a bunch of different cables in one of the desk drawers.
So there might be a network cable in there?
however,
Assuming the mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go and check for ourselves.
it's true.
Agreed. Let's head to the secret room. Oh, we're going together anyway? Okay, well, that sort of defeats the purpose. Okay. I mean, I guess Makoto's jacket's a little bigger than Kyoko's. La da 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 da, two students going to the bathroom together, nothing weird about this. La di da di da, we're not suspicious at all, sprinting at full speed through the halls and going to the high Jill.
My obsession! What are you doing?
Living!
I see. Anyway, I made it back to my room. I'll just be there, living, totally calm.
Nice talking. Wait, apparently Yasuhiro and Kyoko are both hanging out in this hallway? I didn't even see if there was anyone else hanging out in the Despair Hotel. We gotta make it look like... Okay, no, it's just Kyoko wherever we are, I see. Gotta make it look like we're casual Kyoko, so we should casually chat to everyone as we go by. Just like we're just using our free time points right now. We gotta act natural. We gotta act natural. In fact, I should just stop. We should just to throw Monokuma off the scent, we should stop off and play some of the Mono machine.
Check this out, Kyoko. I've got 100% repeat percentage. That means I've got all the gifts. Let's get one more, just for good luck.
Makoto, are you sure this is a good use of our time?
Check out this flashlight!
All right.
We gotta act natural, Kyoko. In fact, we should stop off and watch the entire Godfather trilogy.
This isn't where we need to go.
Hey.
Come on, we have to hurry. Okay, sorry. I'll stop messing around. I don't really understand the point of concealing the laptop at all if... Hey, Makoto, are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you.
Damn, dude, well, you'll see when we get in there.
Or is this a cover for something? Have you only just realized that it would look really sketch if we both walked in here together? Go and check again.
What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And to make sure you don't run off, I'm going to wait right here.
Oh, I get it. She's acting.
Okay, that was... I mean, why even bother drawing that much attention to it at all? Why not just let Makoto go to the bathroom, man? Oh, I guess because his dorm is on the first floor, so why would he go all the way up to the second floor?
She was so forceful, I thought it made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go.
Okay, I'm going.
So then,
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. I feel like that must have drawn more attention than if we just said nothing and let Makoto go by himself, but... I understand the thought process.
Okay, first we have to find a network cable. Yeah, it does look like Ethernet beside the power. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it. This is a network cable, right? Looks like one to me. I just have to connect Alter Ego. Kyoko, you better not be dead when I get out there. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable. We somehow live in a world where we need Ethernet ports, but not power cables. Oh my god! Oh my good god! Finally, someone charged an electronic device in this game. Holy crap! It's been like bugging me forever. Everything just has infinite battery. Finally, someone plugged in something that runs on battery. Oh my god! You have no idea how happy this makes me. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. And if I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here, you and all the rest of us, as friends.
Huh?
Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Thank you, Makoto. You got it.
Makoto.
Oh, she's alive. Okay, I was genuinely a little worried we were gonna get out there and she was just gonna be dead. How'd it go?
Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone. Just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Sorry, she said it.
Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure.
I don't know. I feel like she might have been a little there.
Kyoko!
What?
Yes.
So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course. I have no reason to stay with you at this point.
Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct?
Whew.
Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance.
That's not what I meant. I had more I wanted to talk to you about, like, what are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, sorry. It only just clicked with me how funny it is, her saying you're so high maintenance. I thought he was suggesting for a minute that she should make it look like she stormed away in a huff because, the documents were gone to keep up the charade, but never mind. Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen.
Then what should we...
so...
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now.
Which is why, Alter Ego...
Correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends.
We have the Ethernet connection now, though, right? That's instant, usually.
Well, I guess sometimes even with an Ethernet connection.
Sometimes?
Actually, I'm not sure about that. That goes a bit more into computer engineering, which is not what my degree is in. Anytime they made me take a computer engineering course, I cried. Anyway, point is, it shouldn't take that long to get some signal out. But I guess to get into any, chat room or, because, I mean, at that point, you would just take any social media, right? You would just pick every social media outlet you could and just start blasting out, we're here in Hope's Peak Academy, we're students trapped in here, blah, 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 help, 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 help. Just to anyone who would listen, and eventually that would get some traction somewhere, right? So we would assume, being in this situation, not knowing what's going on outside. But to do that, you need to make an account or sign into an account, and you'd have to know either know someone's credentials or make a new account, which would have to make a new email and all this stuff. And it would start looking, and because it's an AI doing it, it would start looking very bot-y very soon, I would think. So it would take time. All we can do is wait and believe in our friends.
You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. I'm kinda tired. So I lay down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving Alter Ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all... fell asleep in the daytime. I had completely dozed off. The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Who could that be?
Makoto, get out here.
Kyoko? What's going on?
Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened.
What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. Shut up, phone!
She said for us to come to the rec room.
The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Makoto! Kyoko! What's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window in the rec room door and I hurried to look inside, and when I did...
Oh, okay. Not a death necessarily just yet.
Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
There was a cloth on the ground that looked like it had blood or some chemical on it or something. What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. So someone break a window. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Well, is it breaking in if you break a window and unlock the key? I guess you don't want to chance it. And by the way, is it breaking in if you pick the lock? Because he didn't break anything as such.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why? It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair.
In other words.
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Right here.
Thanks. I was gonna suggest we just do it with our elbow. Oh, hey, weren't there like way more bottles than that on the little cabinet thing? And the locker's open. Actually, there's a whole bunch of strange stuff going on in this room. There were like 6 bottles before, right? Or like 7? Of the ones with Monokuma sexing a chess piece.
Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? I freaking well hope so. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoto didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom! In the classroom! Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto? Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit.
Not that I'm saying this is likely, but if they try and suggest that Hina killed Sakura, I'm gonna be really annoyed. Again, that's not likely. That's ridiculous. Just saying.
The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. Chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. But the moment I laid my hand on her... She's dead. Poisoned, I guess. Alright, I didn't necessarily expect that would be this soon. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... Shit.
So I was right, it was Sakura. I mean, I was like, I put several possibilities forth, but I was pretty sure it was Sakura because that's the only death that really makes sense with the motive.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
And like I was saying, it makes sense that they would get rid of both of the typical bodyguards. Oh, Hina's gonna be in a bad way throughout this trial. I have a bad feeling she's gonna end up like Taka, just like totally unable to do anything. God damn it. That was the most like musical one we've had so far. It was like auto-tuned. Danganronpa. Well, this is about to get ugly, so let's close it off there, shall we? That's all for now. Next video on the channel is gonna be a fun, silly little challenge that I recorded back in like April or February or whenever it was. I can't remember now. It was a while ago. I just prepared it way in advance because it was so much fun and I wanted to do it at that time. That was a goofy little challenge I was doing in Metal Gear Solid 5. Not our magazine's only challenge that we've been doing for a while, but something different. After which is more of this. So that's all for now. Oh, I'm not looking forward to Hina's response to this. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! An obvious secret room within which there is a slightly less obvious secret room. Anyway, that's a major help. One of the ingredients we needed is... Two of the ingredients we needed that we know of are behind ice. And there was like a jar that had ice on it. Oh, sorry, I didn't read any of that, but thank you very much. There was like a bowl that had ice, and it looked like it was gonna be one of those where you could make a water spout out of it.